How do you manage mess? How do you manage mess? That's what we want to talk about this morning. Clean up on aisle one. Oh, there's more to it than what we mentioned and ministered on yesterday. Good morning, everybody. What a wonderful morning it is. I am back in the saddle, been on the road, but I'm back in the saddle. Got a word for you on this morning. So good to see you on this morning. And you know what? This morning, how do you manage the mess? How do you manage a mess? How do you manage? How do you come out on the other side, not looking like the mess that you find yourself in right now? Want to greet a couple of people and then get right into the manna on this morning. Good morning, Brenda. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Brother Nesbitt. How are you on this morning? Oh my God, what a wonderful morning it is. Good morning, Elder Mobley. How are you on this morning? Pastor Leo, you're up and about. Great. That's wonderful. Good to see you up and about. Amen. Good morning, Orly. Orrery. I'll get it. I'll get it right. Good morning. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Joy. Yeah, how are you on this morning? Good morning, Versi. How are you on this morning? Ella, how are you? Sharon, how are you guys on this morning? What a wonderful morning it is. Man, I got a word for you on this morning, Anitra. You ready for it? Got a word for you on this morning. But before I get into it, before I get into the I just got to get back into the whole flow. Man, I've been on the road, seemed like forever. I'm not done. Got a lot of traveling planned, trying to get the word out, teaching, training, and developing leaders in the kingdom. But anyhow, did you go to church yesterday? Did you go to church yesterday? What did the man or woman of God preach? What did the man or woman of God preach? Put it in the chat area. Put it in the chat area. Phoenicia, how are you on this morning? Good morning to you. You've been running, doing any marathons lately. Good morning, Erica. How are you on this morning? What a wonderful morning. It is an excellent morning. Where did you go to church? Did a man or woman of God minister? What was the word that they shared? Put it in the chat area. We're going to get with it in a moment here. This morning, we're going to be dealing with talking about a continuation. I can't let that word that God gave me, I can't let it go. Can't let it go. So I'm still dealing with it. Clean up in aisle one. How do you manage the mess that you may find yourself in on this morning? Good morning, Peggy. How are you on this morning? Anitra, how are you on this morning? What a wonderful morning it is. Got a word for you on this morning. The text to talk, the takeaway. I'm going to share the text to talk, the takeaway. The revelation that you get, please put it in the chat area. Share it right now. Don't wait. Share it right now. It was good to be out on the road. A lot of people that I met says, you know what? I don't miss morning manna. May not be there live, but I get it later on. So make sure that you share the manna. Don't be greedy. Don't keep it to yourself. Let's get with it this morning. The text to talk, the takeaway. And before we get into it, it is the context is this. The context is this. It's this whole dynamic between Sarah, Hagar, and Abraham. The tendency is to see that story as we have seen it so many times through the eyes of either Sarah or Abraham. I've been challenging, I'm going to challenge you rather on this morning to look at it through the eyes of Hagar because she's living out a mess somebody else created. How do you do that? How do you get through that kind of a thing? Here is the text. Genesis 16:13, it says this. She gave this name to the Lord. She gave this name to the Lord, who spoke to her, you are the God who sees me. Oh God, that will preach. My God, you are the God who sees me. For she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. Oh, glory to God. I get up and run around in this room. You are the God that sees me. Now I see the one God that sees me. I see the one who sees me. Wow. What's going on here? This is what's going on. The context of the text, then I'm going to give you three things about this text very quickly. Sarah gets upset with Hagar, though she has given her permission to sleep with Abraham. When Hagar gets pregnant, she gets a little beside herself, and Sarah doesn't like it. Get out, she says. Just get out. So Hagar is, I'm out. I'm out. But then something happens. God speaks to her and says, look, go back. Go back. Clean up on aisle one. Oh, there's more. Let's get with it. The first thing I need you to get to see is God sees the mess you are in. Hagar, God calls from heaven, Hagar, look, I need you to go back. I need you to go back. And when that word is spoken to her, her response to God is calls God a name, not out of his name, gives him a name. El Rohi, the God that sees me. Have you ever been in a situation and you're wondering, God, where are you? Do you see me? Do you have any idea what I'm up against right now? Well, Hagar had that same feeling, and she came up with it and says, you know what? Not only do you see me, now I see the one who sees me. Oh, glory to the Lord, the Lamb on high. Here's the second thing I want you to get is that uh, God has a plan to get you out of that mess. God has a plan to get you out of that mess. He knows the end from the beginning. He's ordered your steps. Don't try to work it yourself. Hey, God, go back because I got a plan. You can't get yourself out. I can get you out. Sometimes the more you stir in it, the more it stinks. So God says, look, just Hagar, I got you. I got you. I got a plan. And my plan will work far better than your plan to get you out of the mess that somebody else made. Here's the third thing I want you to grab a hold of is this. God made you to be able to withstand until he works out the plan. He says, I've made you for this moment, Hagar. Nobody else can withstand what you're dealing with right now. I have made you. I created you. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You are my workmanship. I made you. If it ain't killed you, it's going to make you better. I made you to deal with the things that you're dealing with right now. What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this. Your takeaway is this. Stop trying to figure out how God is going to work it out. Stop trying to figure out how God is going to work it out. The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you and give you peace. Share the man. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. Bye now.